The first step in electron transport chain. Complex 1 is named as NADH dehydrogenase. It is a flavoprotein that has prosthetic group flavin mononucleotide and iron sulfur protein. So it is not, you don't have to memorize, but you have to remember the name NADH dehydrogenase. NADH plus H plus from the glycolysis, from the link reaction, and also from Krebs cycles will transfer their electron to NADH dehydrogenase. This is why the complex is named NADH dehydrogenase because it removes the hydrogen from the NADH. Since they receive the electron from the NADH, NADH will be oxidized to NAD plus, okay, oxidized to NAD plus, and return to the respective processes like Krebs cycle. And then the NADH dehydrogenase will is said to be reduced. NADH plus H plus. Complex number two, the succinate dehydrogenase is reduced when it accepts electron from FADH2. So as you can see the diagram here, the electron from the complex one is not transported to the second complex. It is transported to the ubiquinone here. The ubiquinone is a mobile carrier. It can move the FADH2, the complex number 2 succinate dehydrogenase, it will receive electron from FADH. So FADH is said to be oxidized to FAD. Electron carried by FAD has lower energy than electron carried by NAD+. That is why it has one third less energy release than the NADH. Sebab tu tadi dalam energy conversion NAD, remember NAD equal to ataupun can produce 3 ATP. FADH2 produce only 2 ATP. The coenzyme Q, you can either use the ubiquinone or coenzyme Q. Coenzyme Q is a lipid molecule which is mobile in phospholipid bilayer. So the NADH dehydrogenase returns to its oxidized form as it passes the electron to coenzyme Q. Then coenzyme Q is reduced and then pass the electron to cytochrome C reductase. It will be oxidized back. Cytochrome C reductase are reduced when it accepts electron from coenzyme Q and then oxidized when it passes electron to cytochrome C. Cytochrome C is also a mobile carrier, but it is not embedded in the phospholipid bilayer. It is reduced when it accepts electron from cytochrome C reductase. Okay, cytochrome C reductase because this enzyme transfer the electron, causing the cytochrome C to be reduced. And then cytochrome C reductase will be oxidized when it transfer an electron or the electron to the complex number 4, which is named cytochrome C oxidase. Okay. To oxygen molecule. You see here? So we can say that the final electron acceptor is the oxygen, not the cytochrome C oxidase. The final electron acceptor is the oxygen. This is why oxygen is very important during respiration to play its role as the final electron acceptor. If oxygen is not around, where can they pass the electron to? So oxygen with the combination of hydrogen, then it will form H2O. This is why in the equation, in the respiration equation, we use the oxygen and then we produce the H2O. Proton pump, the integral protein, the energy released during transfer in electron is used to pump proton. Okay, in the sense that the proton has higher concentration in the matrix of mitochondria and then transported into the intermembrane space. The only complex that involved in proton pump is only three. The complex number one, number three, and number four. Since hydrogen ion is accumulated in the intermembrane space, this creates the um, proton gradient. Proton gradient makna tinggi di intermembrane space, rendah di dalam matrix of mitochondria. This gradient will refer to as proton motive force. Ingat proton motive force. So when proton motive force is created, uh, this will start the process of chemiosmosis. What is chemiosmosis? It is a movement of hydrogen ion from high hydrogen ion concentration to lower hydrogen ion concentration through ATP synthase. Should it should pass through the specific enzyme. So ATP synthase needs the movement of the hydrogen ion so that it can generate. It can so the movement will generate ATP, and then the movement will generate energy. The energy will be used to bind phosphate inorganic to the ADP. Hence, it will produce ATP. Proton gradient or proton motive force. This is a close up of the ATP synthase. Dia macam bentuk turbin, macam hydraulic system kita kan, empangan kita bila air lalu, dia akan menggerakkan turbin, so it generate electric power. So it is the same concept here. The proton motive force will cause hydrogen ion diffuse back into mitochondrial matrix through ATP synthase. So the flow will provide energy to generate ATP. So generation of ATP is when the inorganic phosphate is bound to the ADP. Macam mana nak bound? Dia ada tenaga ni. Tenaga masa laluan ni menghasilkan rotor movement of the turbine, cylindrical rotor. So dia ada generate tenaga, boleh ikat, kemudian dia akan menghasilkan ATP. The key point here is the flow of hydrogen ion from intermembrane space into the matrix provides energy to generate ATP. Siapa yang akan generate ATP tu? Enzyme ATP synthase. So another key point is you have to remember NADH plus H plus produce 3 ATP, FADH2 produce 2 ATP. So the summary here is first, you remember the component of the electron transport chain. Second, you have to know that this is the ATP synthase that involved in chemiosmosis. So together the ETC together with chemiosmosis is what we call as oxidative phosphorylation.